Hey church, Pastor Brian here, and I want to give you a quick property update for our Syracuse campus. See what we did there with the logo in the middle of the name? Let's start with a quick history lesson to help us understand how we got here. We started with a campus in Riverdale, then we added Layton, and then Logan, and then West Haven, followed by Brigham City, and then finally by Syracuse. We also have Spanish-speaking campuses at our Riverdale and Logan locations, and for those who can't make it in person, we have an online campus. Now, of all of these locations, the only campus that has to use a rental building is our Syracuse location. We gave you an update a couple of months ago that we have an existing property in Syracuse that we're trying to sell, and there's a new property on Antelope Drive that we're going to buy. Now, sadly, just a couple of weeks ago, the buyer that we had for our existing property had to pull out, but our senior leadership team decided that we're going to move ahead and purchase the new property anyway. So here's the plan. The Syracuse fund that we already have in place and the eventual sale of that existing property will cover the purchase of the new property. We're trusting God for this, and we know that it's going to happen. And so what that means is that right now we're raising funds over the next 2 weeks for what we're calling the phase 1 build out of the existing building on the new property. So here's the bottom line. Our phase 1 giving goal for our Syracuse property is $500,000. That will cover half of that build out cost, because the other half is going to be covered by the savings that we already have in the bank, thanks to the generous giving around all of our campuses. Now, for the size church that we are at Alpine, I don't think this is a difficult number to raise, even in just a couple of weeks. And here's one way that we could do it. 10 generous donors could give $50,000 each, and we can hit that number in no time. But what fun would that be? That doesn't get everyone involved. This right here is a more likely pathway to $500,000. If we had 500 givers at $10 and 250 givers at $100 and 100 givers at $500, 40 givers at $2,500, 14 at $5,000, and 5 at $50,000, we could get to that number, but it would involve over 900 givers. And that's the plan. Over these next 2 weeks, we want to encourage everyone to get involved and think about how you can contribute to the Syracuse property. So here's how you can help. 2 simple steps. Number 1, we encourage you to pray about your part. We even encourage kids and students to get involved. Maybe you'll be one of the $10 or even $100 givers. But for everyone, as you pray this week, I really challenge you to pray about how you can sacrifice. Maybe God has really blessed you in the last few years, and it's time for you to give to his kingdom. Pray that God would stretch your faith as you consider your gift. And then step number 2, we encourage you to give by Sunday, May 21st. That's just a couple weeks away. Now, you can give by check right there at your campus and write Syracuse on the memo line, or for most of you, you're probably going to want to give online. Just click on that Give button in the upper right-hand corner at alpinechurch.org. That will bring you to our giving page. And when you click on the Give Online button, we've added Syracuse Building Fund as the option that you can choose for this. You can do that anytime in the next couple of weeks, but we encourage you to do it by Sunday, May 21st, and help us leave a legacy through Alpine Church in Syracuse, Utah.